I want to give all the praise, all the glory, all the honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me the truth. Also, I want to acknowledge Alakim, who are pushing the truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. All right. I'm going to read through some of this Jeremiah 51. The Spirit brought me to this chapter because I was actually going to do Haggai. Then I started doing some research, and then the Spirit brought me to Jeremiah, so I decided to do it here in Jeremiah 51. All right, and this is Shabai from the GMS Denver, and I'm going to go ahead and start at 1. It says, "Thus saith Yahweh, Behold, I will raise up Babel against Babylon, and against them that dwell in the midst, them that rise up against me, a destroying wind." And that destroying wind is dealing with the armies, right? And what's going to destroy is the waster, right? In Jeremiah 47, or no, 54. Oh, wait. Isaiah. I don't know, I was thinking Jeremiah. Isaiah 54:17. Well, it's actually 16. It says, "Behold, I have created the smith," like a blacksmith who makes weapons, "that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy." All right. So the smith, which the modern day blacksmith is a scientist who creates the missiles, right? The nuclear missiles. They use that technology through science. And that's how they were able. The Lord gave them that ability to make those missiles. So now we're in Jeremiah 51:11, and that's going to be that wind. All right, it's actually talked about in Revelation 7:1. It says, "And after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree." All right. So the angels are holding back this destruction right now. This military World War III destruction that's inevitable. They just haven't got the green light to release those 4 winds, right? And those winds, those are like the armies, right? And that's that destruction, actually. Let's go back to Jeremiah. We'll go 51:11. Or no, 1. Sorry. So that's that destroying wind that the angels are holding back right now. Because if it was up to Esaiah, man, he would already launch those missiles. just like when he created the atomic bomb. He had created that thing, he completed the technology of the atomic bomb, and then he used it like 2 weeks after he completed it. He used it on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So this guy, he's a madman, right? Esaiah, he would, be more than happy to, if it was on his will, he would already have sent missiles to all these nations. But instead, he's going to get, the Medes, we're going to read this. The Medes, let's just keep reading too. The Medes, who are they'll be the Russians, that's who's going to start this World War III. And it's biblical prophecy. And you look at the news, and you can see how that could happen. Verse 2, "And will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her, and shall empty her land. For in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about." And these fanners, I went into that word, it's part of it was strangers. So you look at what's going on with these, immigrants, they call them the illegal immigrants that they're just dropping off in different cities. So this is the spirit of Yahweh who's allowing fanners, which means strangers, that's going to fan her, right? They're going to be up against her in that day because they're going to be fucking up those And the elders, the brothers, have been saying it for a long time that these a lot of these immigrants are nothing more than you know uh, troops, military troops that are going to stir up what we're reading here. Just trouble again, and Jacob's trouble, right? Verse 3. Against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifteth himself up in his brigandine, and spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her host. So that destroy her whole army. And how they're going to do that? They're going to destroy the military with nuclear fire. Babylon is destined to burn with nuclear fire, man. Verse 4. Thus the slain shall fall in the land of the Chaldeans, and Chaldean it's a word also that means sorcerers, witchcraft. All right, and that's what this place is. This place has got so much sorcery and witchcraft that the people have become normal and accustomed to it. They're not even, when there's witchcraft around nowadays, people don't even get bugged out. It's like this is their spirit. You might meet a woman here in Babylon, and she's gonna tell you that she's a witch. You see. And there's a lot of that shit going on. Verse 5. For Israel hath not been forsaken, nor Judah of his power of Yahweh of hosts, though their land was filled with sin against the Holy One of Israel. Right. So the northern or southern kingdom has not been forsaken by Yahweh, even though our sin is exceeded exceeding to reached unto the heavens. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. That's what you got to do. That's what this truth is doing. It's taking us out of this Babylonian mindset. We don't act like these people around us. Because now we're in the marvelous light, and we're walking in that light, and we don't, what I'm saying, we have a different mindset, and it's not like overnight. You start to learn things, right? You progress each and every day, if you're, Lord's willing, if you're in the elect of the elect. And then you start to say, okay, I'm not gonna be like let's get this real quick. I'm not gonna be like the heathen, right? Jeremiah 10. You stop eating pork. You start growing your beard out if you're a man. If you're a woman, you may stop cooking with pork. You may stop wearing pants and start being more feminine. So there's this little step by step, and then eventually you just put off the way of the heathen to the best of your ability, right? Jeremiah 10. In verse 2, it says, Thus saith Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. That word dismayed, another word for dismayed is fear. Right? So that Yahweh in Jeremiah, he tells us, don't be afraid of the signs in heaven, like the blood moon that we had passed, the eclipses, the chariots. These are all signs in the heavens, and we're not to be fearful of them like the heathen. The heathen, oh shit. Remember when they were doing that eclipse a while back, about 6 months ago, or I'm not sure, but they was talking about it's crossing an X out of Babylon, because it did. The pattern of the eclipse was an X right over the towns of Nineveh. There's literally towns in America called Nineveh, and you have to look back into that, but you see, these heathen were freaked out by that. And the prophets were like rejoicing. We're like, hell yeah, they X'd out Nineveh. They X'd out, Nineveh would be America today, everything's spiritual. Jeremiah 51:4. Yeah. Thus the slain shall fall in the land of the Chaldeans, and they that are thrust through in her streets. Okay, and I read actually 5 already, 4 and 5. Verse 6, flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of Yahweh's vengeance. He will render her unto her a recompense. See? And really, it does, the elders talk about how back in the day, their elders used to teach that we should actually leave Babylon, right? For all this, commotion and chaos that's about to come. But through the Spirit, we know that, the majority of the deliverance of the salvation, which you pagan Christians, you call it the rapture, right? When we're going up in those chariots, we're the majority of the elect is going to be delivered out of Babylon. So we know we don't have to leave Babylon, America, to be saved, right? Or have salvation, go up in the chariot. All right. But like I said, the elders used to, at one time say to leave Babylon, but no, you leave out of this place spiritually, right? Come out of her, my people. That's that verse in Revelation. So it's a spiritual exodus. Let me grab that real quick in Revelation. But that's what you got to do, man. That's just going to, if you're of the elect, you're going to come out of those heathen ways, you're going to stop eating pork. You're going to start keeping the high holy days of Israel, right? Of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. You're not going to be celebrating your birthday no more. You're not going to be celebrating fucking Thanksgiving, or you keep the Day of Atonement, you keep the Sabbaths, you keep the Feast of Tabernacles, you keep you keep our high holy days, and you will leave we look into all these holidays, and there's all you gotta do, because we're in the information age. You go up and look into these holidays, and it easily tells you that these things all go back to pagan traditions. All right, in Revelation 18:4, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her, even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double, according to her works, in a cup which she hath filled to her double, right? And it's talking about them curses, them plagues. Like we're drinking out the cup, but guess what? Babylon's gonna drink out the cup too. And it's the daughter of Babylon, which is America, the great whore. All right. But it's saying, come out of her, my people. And that's, like I was saying, you got to come out of this place spiritually, mentally. You leave the bullshit behind you, man. You start to realize how wicked everything around you is, and you're like, fuck this. The spirit of the elect is going to be like, all right, I'm going to make it more of a conscience, and to make to keep myself away from wickedness, to keep yourself away from the sins, to keep yourself away so you don't receive the plagues that are about to bestow this nation, America, Babylon. You see, you have to come into that mindset, that another word is being born again, being born again in what? Being born again in this true doctrine, the truth, right? You can't say you're born again, but yet you're still going to a pagan Christian church, You can't say you're born again, you're still celebrating your birthday. You circle in that day on the calendar and shit. It goes back to heathen customs, all right? It goes back to ancient Egypt. And then, bad shit's always happen on birthdays too. When you Israelites celebrating those birthdays, the bad shit's always happen to you people, man. Your mom dies on your birthday. Your uncle gets stabbed on Christmas and shit like that. You know what I mean? All kind of that's what it is, and why people don't know. But now you know, because the prophets are on the scene, and we're telling you, Yahweh, hey, you're liable to get fucked up on one of these so-called holidays in this kingdom. All right. You go out for fucking New Year's Eve, motherfucker, blindsides you and shit. And why is that? It's because this is not your rest. This is not what you're supposed to be doing. And it's punishment, it's judgment. We understand the judgments because the Spirit's dealing with us, all right? It says, reward her in verse 6, reward her as she has rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works, in the cup which she hath filled to her double. All right, you see that? So that's that cup of what? The cup of wrath, the cup of Yahweh's wrath. Let me see. I'm trying to remember where this verse is. Okay. Oh, I was a chapter off. I was looking for 48:12. It's 49:12. That's why we got to always be diligent going in these scriptures, We're not, we remember through the Spirit, but there's times you want a verse and, you're off when you're thinking of it in your head. But here it is, Jeremiah 49:12. For thus saith Yahweh, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. So the cup is dealing with Yahweh's wrath, all right, and his plagues and his, his indignation. But it's talking about the Israelites at first here. It says, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. So, yeah, we weren't supposed to be drinking up these curses because we were supposed to remember Deuteronomy 28, 1 through, 14 or 15 are the blessings. That's what we were supposed to have, is blessings. But because we went off, we ended up dealing with the curses from Deuteronomy 28th chapter, and the 15th verse all the way down to the 68th verse outlines all of our curses, the curses that we're under. You see? So we weren't supposed to drink of the cup, but we were supposed to have the blessings. But guess what? We're drinking from the cup, meaning the Lord's indignation, the Lord's wrath, the Lord's punishment, because we fell off, All right, it says, and he says, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken, meaning the Israelites drinking from that punishment cup, right? And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. And he's talking about the Edomite, so-called white man. Because Bozrah, it was the chief place of Edom, as we keep reading verse 13. For I have sworn by myself, saith Yahweh, that Bozrah shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste. And we just read about the waster, right? The nuclear missile, an instrument of destruction. It says, a waste and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual wastes. All right? So that's what it is, man. That this place is gonna get wasted, And if you're not leaving the mindset of a Babylonian, aka American, you're not leaving the mindset of all the wicked shit. Like you don't, in this nation. I mean, we say it over and over, but you can be a fucking man and have a sex change to be a woman, and then they call you a transgender. And everybody's supposed to be okay with that. And most of these people, they're not grounded in this knowledge, grounded in this truth. So they just go with the flow. They just, go along to get along. But you're supposed to be against that type of stuff because that's nothing but wickedness. But that's why the Most High's got to destroy this place. That's why he's got to destroy Bozrah, which again, Bozrah was the chief city in Edom. All right, which Edom is today, the modern Edom is Babylon, America, ruled by the Edomites, ruled by the so-called white man, which is, the whore. America is the whore. America the beautiful whore, right? So I'm going to go ahead and close out on that. I got a little couple things to do before I get ready for camp. I just wanted to go in on one this morning, because I was tired last night and I kind of got distracted, so I didn't do a lesson. So here it is, my morning lesson, getting in the spirit, getting in the right spirit to go face these Babylonians today at camp. But with that, I want to give all the praise, all the glory, all the honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKadosh. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me the truth. Also want to acknowledge all the Akyam who are pushing the truth with sincerity.